Hello, everybody. So this is the Webmaster training. My name is Anthony Lee. I'm the co-president of this club, if you did not know already, and I've been managing the website since day one with the club, and I built it from ground up along with the help of a few others. So a few weeks ago, we had our Webmaster training meeting. We just briefly went over all about the website, and then we split out into breakout rooms, and we had everyone give it a try. Unfortunately, the recording for that meeting was deleted. So I'm here re-recording this video for everyone to learn more about how to be a webmaster, along with what you might expect if you do sign up to be a webmaster. So I'm going to share my screen. First of all, our website uses WordPress as the base website builder. So WordPress is probably the most common website builder out there because it is expansive. It is very inclusive, and you can basically edit your website to be any way you want to. But the key here is that there is a lot of managing, there's a lot of special things needed to do in order for that to happen. Now, let's go on to give you a little quick rundown of how everything works. First, here you have the dashboard. I believe everyone should have that, although your screen may not be as the same as my screen, depending on whether or not you are an admin, an editor, or just an author. So you can see here, there's a lot of little updates, but this is probably the least important screen I'm going to talk to you about. First of all, you have the post category. So I'm gonna pull up the corresponding thing on the Breaking Barriers website. So the post category, you can think of it as like little tiny news articles that you can post. So if you go into our website, breakingbarriers.org, if you click on Club News, right, you will be able to see the posts that we made. It's been a while since we made any, but as you can see here, it's like a little tiny blog. You can talk about things that are most recent, and then people can see along with a small photo. So once you click into it, for example, back here, we won the Dublin Organization of the Year award. You can basically write a little bit of text with some images, and yeah, it's really simple, a little blog style, and that is category of a post. Now you can see here, you can add more always, and you can change the things we had before. That would be the job of the club news reporter. So if you pull up the corresponding document or the sign-up sheet on the Webmaster page, you should be able to find a job named club news reporter. The club news reporter will be focusing on posts. They will be building the website. They won't be building the website like fundamentally as much. They'll be focusing on giving regular updates and making sure that we stay up to date with this, because frankly, I do not like writing articles. Next, portfolio. This is probably one of the less important pages. It's nothing much together. So as you can see, we don't have anything here. Usually it's whether an author, so that's us, right? We're the webmasters. We can put our own portfolios here and people can click into it. So not super important, but if someone wants to add to their own portfolio in time, they can feel free to do so. Next is the media page. The media page should be accessible to everybody. It holds all of the photos that we ever use on our website. So you can see here, we have some tutoring QR codes, images from the award ceremonies, images from the COVID testing kits, etc. So if you scroll down, you can pick up a lot more. So these photos were either on our website or once upon a time they were on our website. So if you ever need to reference some old photos, find some new ones, feel free to go into here. Or if you just upload any photo onto the website, it would be saved into this. After that is pages. So if you are an website admin or a website maintenance manager, you would be handling pages, which probably is one of the bigger things within the website. Why? because everything here on top is a page. So the home page, of course, I think that's kind of obvious. About us page, club board, partnership, contact us. All of these are pages. And that is how we separate them into little branches. For example, you can see here, there is a lot of pages. There's 2 pages worth of these pages, right? And you can see donate now is on here, Dublin Organization of the Year. All of these can be shown in these little categories that people see. So the job and roles of these website managers would be to make sure that these are all updated. Now, continuing. If you go into one of these pages, so I'm just going to give an example, right? You have the Breaking Barriers projects and events. If I go to edit inside this, you can find what it would look like. So let me see, Breaking Barriers project and events. It should be this page once it loads. Yep, exactly. So as you can see, I'm editing this page. You can see here that there's a giant image at the very top and it's corresponding to this page. If you did not notice already, the format is a tiny bit different than what you might expect already. So looking at this page, what you can do in the actual website editor is that there is this plus button. So the way WordPress is formatted is that everything comes in blocks. So if you did not know already, there are a lot of things that people can do. And this is all regarding to customization, right? So you see, I clicked see all, and the different blocks allow you to customize the website in different ways. For example, there's advanced images you can show, you can link Google Maps, you can have a count up or a count down, you can have links that are put into buttons, you can put icons, you can put a table of contents, an info box. So you can see here, you get a lot of different abilities to manage a lot of things. And all of it is probably for the user interface and to make the website a bit more interactive along with intriguing. So for example, the one that I like to use the most is columns. So columns, if you click into it, you can see that there's further customization. So do you want the column to be one big one, which you might as well not have one, right? A 50-50, a 30-70, etc. So right now, everything is in one big line down the middle. Clicking into columns will allow you to change the way the text is formatted. And along with all the other things, it's the exact same. You get to change the way things are formatted based on these little blocks. All you need to do is click enter and you can choose a new block, or you can see the plus sign when you're editing. Now that is the fundamental of WordPress, right? And the page building. However, there's also the editing within the actual block. So here, this is a text and paragraph block, but you can also change things like the bolding, the italics, and if you click the settings button up here, you get to see a bit more specific things within the actual, about the actual thing. So first of all, you get to see it, like the page itself, there's a status, visibility. So right now it is published, right? There's the template. There is the revisions that I can check. There are a lot of different things like the page attributes. So like what is a parent page, and you can put a featured image, but that is mostly important for the club news. So that's the club news reporter, not exactly the pages. But as for the block itself, this is regarding this specific thing. You can change the text, you can change the background, you can change the font size. You click into this, you can make it a custom size. Otherwise, you can change it like here. These are the default settings. Default, I think it's a 13 font size, and it's a lot too small. So I always recommend checking it. The preview function is up here. Click into it, preview, and it should look like this. Now I'm gonna head back. This is probably something you'll probably get better with you get better at with time, because it really comes from the experience. And I'm going to talk a bit more about the blocks later. Comments, self-explanatory. We forms and WP forms, those are add-ons, or they're known as plugins. So I'm going to skip appearance for now. So plugins. Plugins are probably the best way for your website to look better. So it can be from things such as anti-spam applications. It can be from the making sure the website is safe, or it can be things like meta slider, which allow you to put a slider of images that look good. You can have the cadence blocks, which allow you to use the columns, etc. So different plugins allow you to use different things within the building blocks of the website. However, these are all open source code, which means that people online, they can edit and they can add them themselves, which is sometimes a recipe for being hacked. Therefore, only the admins will have access to increase or add new plugins. So if you want something and if you feel like it might help you build a website, make sure to let one of us know, and we'll be sure to check with it. So you can research online whether or not a certain plugin will help, and then we can check whether or not it's credible. For example, you have things with 4 reviews. That is definitely probably a hack. Why? There's 2 little reviews, although it is 4.5 stars. I don't trust it enough to download it for this website. However, you have things, I don't know, like Classic Editor, where you have 5 stars. You can see there's 5 million plus active installations. That is something you can probably trust. Plugins, again, are a thing that only the administrative staff will be able to do. And that is a job that you can sign up for, but it probably carries the most responsibility along with the most hours that are required. Next, you have plugins. So plugins, appearances, they fall into a lot of categories. You have the theme of the website. So right now we are using this Inspiro theme, but every so often we do decide to change it and refresh the website. Customizing the website. So this is very specific customizations. So of course, themes we can always change, we can always add, but this one, it's very specific as the location of everything. You can see here, there's the colors that you can change, the headers. So right here, for example, logo, right now, it's right here. And then you have the pages, and then you have the little buttons on the side. That is the header layout. So you can see here, for example, there's a lot of things you can change within the website. Now, that is something that, again, the admins will probably do because they're in charge of most of the development themselves. But otherwise, yeah. Now, I'm going to talk about security because that's probably one of the most important things for now. So beforehand, I had the testers get temporary status, and the role was not exactly administrators. So there are 5 roles: a subscriber, contributor, author, editor, and administrator. So I will only be assigning authors, editors, and administrators in accordance to the roles that are on the website. For example, if you sign up to be a club news reporter, you'll be an author. If you'll be a maintenance manager, you'll be an editor. An administrator, you'll basically get to see everything that I see. So what role you have will affect how much you see and how much you can change. But the reason why we are so stringent about security is because we got hacked 2 times before. So as you can see here, everybody on the website who can edit it has 2-factor authentication. It is very key to not getting hacked. If you didn't notice already on the dashboard at the very start, we get a lot of IPs that we block. You get a lot of countries that we block. We have logins of people trying to fake some names, etc. These are all things that are definitely things that we need to worry about. So that's why I'm very stringent about security. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the second part of this little webmaster training. It is in accordance to what we said last time. So last time we had a meeting, I spent around 10 minutes having everyone gather things that they believe could be improved on the website. So I'm going to just read a few things. For example, the homepage. So here, we couldn't read the team letters on the slider because sometimes it was contrasting the actual thing. Right? See right here, the team that is being blocked. So I'm going to go over a few things and show you how to fix it. So because we're on the home page, this will be either the job of the admin or it will be the job of the website maintenance manager. And instead, this is not a post category, this is a page, right? So once you're here, you can see here, this is labeled front page. I'm gonna go to edit. And if you didn't notice already, this is a slider we're utilizing, and therefore it must be one of the plugins that we had. So right here, this is one of the plugins that we originally had. And clicking on it, you can see it is from Smart Slider 3. I can't exactly edit the slider here, although I can do that. It will just direct me toward the bottom portion, which is Smart Slider here. That is the little plugin that we used, right? And here you can see that these are all the images that are within our slider. So as you get to explore the website more, you can see that there are a lot of little intricacies that you can find. So we have all these images, we have the settings. So what we can do is we can tamper with this, we can play with it. For example, it allows you to play with a lot of things. Personally, I did not build the slider. I believe Angelina did, but you can see here, if you click on fonts, you should be able to change that. So whether or not you want something a bit different, I personally don't care about fonts. However, if some maintenance manager likes to play with fonts and they can change it, feel free. I encourage it. All I would request is if you're able to look at the actual font and save it as a draft before you actually update it onto the website. So if I do this, right, it should allow me to change stuff along with the style, the size of the actual things within the slider. So I saved this into the slider, go here. It should already be updated. And if I reload it, it could be changed, but although I'm not sure about that. Yeah, you can see here, the font changed slightly. It allows us to get either better visibility sometimes or a bit worse, depending on what it is. So you see here, I did not fully cure the thing, but I did provide a little more customization. So that will be the primary job of everybody, is to make the website feel more welcoming, to feel more updated, etc. So now I'm going to move on to the last little part of this meeting or recording, and it's going to be reviewing the jobs of the Webmaster team. So I'm going to go into a bit more specifics than what is already on the sheets, but you can always send some more clarifying questions. Okay. So looking at the shared screen, there are 3 roles. There are club news reporter, website maintenance manager, and administrative leaders. So right now, I believe we need only two people in each position, but that is to change. So first, you have the club news reporter. They are probably with the least access to the website. They will be primarily working with the post sections again, and they're writing little small articles, the important notices and announcements. So right now, what we do is we simply like reflect. All we do is, oh, hey, blah, blah, blah. We did this. Cool. That isn't very intriguing or like as good as a news reporting as I believe we could do, So that is the reason and what is behind the Columbia News Reporter. So each article probably takes anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes, not very difficult. So monthly, along with the other person, you should be working 3 to 4 hours yourself. But that is to change. So if we have more projects, of course, you're going to write a bit more. Next, you have the website maintenance. So the maintenance managers focus on the upkeep of the website, ensuring that the information on different pages and the subpages of the website remain up to date. That reminds me. Okay, so going to the website, if you click into current project and events, right, you can see not everything is exactly fully updated. Here, you have the fertile groundworks, right? It talks about the fertile groundworks being on the first Saturday of every month. It says our next event is in April 2nd, but we already had 2 events after that. So here's another thing you need to keep track of. It's knowing when things happen and knowing to update this. It's probably a good thing to go over the website every so often. Know which pages need to be changed and updated. But overall, you can see here an example of us needing to update something, but just forgetting about it. So that'll be the job of the website maintenance, along with pushing out some new new pages or making things look better. So they will also be in charge of ensuring the website safety and security. That'll be, again, 3 to 4 hours. And lastly, you have the administrative leaders, right? Perhaps the most important role. They are in charge of the administrative work regarding the website. So that's basically everything that I see, you will see as well, because you'll be given an admin position. So you'll be downloading the plugins, updating them, facilitating different changes that are required. So you'll probably work with the different website maintenance managers, and overall assisting in leading the Webmaster team. Additionally, administrative leaders will spend time researching new plugins and in other ways how to improve the UI of the website. So I believe originally we wanted to include things like hours count. So a count of the total amount of hours that people have put into our club. We haven't done that yet. However, we do have the capability of doing so. So looking here, right, I'm going to give an example. So instead of putting a slider here, I'm going to add another block, right? There was a thing called like a count down or count up, I believe. Yeah, right here, you can see under the cadence blocks, which is one of the plugins, you have a countdown or a count up, I believe. But you can see these little things, they could be combining them with different ones and putting them together. You allow yourself a chance to make things just look better. So I always tell you guys to look around, refer to different websites, because that's never a thing that is like, that never is a thing that it's like I'm against. So we're not exactly stealing stuff, taking inspiration, to put it kindly, but it's a really good thing to understand what people find is attractive and like good for our interface, especially on a website. So that'll be the job of the administrative leaders. If you didn't notice already, they probably have a bit more volunteering that they have to do every month to keep up with this. However, I really enjoy the job of being a webmaster, so I recommend you guys to sign up for administrative leader as well. So if you have any questions, be sure to contact me. Again, my email is anthonylee.gtb@gmail.com, or just message me on Discord. I'll be sure to answer any of the questions you have. For any of these positions, again, you have to shoot me an email. I'll make sure to find some time to interview you. I just haven't gotten around to doing any of it yet, but thank you. And I hope to see you on the Webmaster team. Bye.